Oh, wrong screen. Uh-oh. Hello, everyone, and welcome to What's Your Genesis, my talk show where I talk to many various content creators and VTubers. I am an hour late. I was supposed to start this stream at 9 a.m., and it started at 10 a.m. I apologize. I overslept and I felt so bad. And Alpaca was like, "Hey, don't worry about it, dude. I'm good. Give me more time to prep for the stream."
Yes.
I felt bad. I stayed up late reading. Oh, whoops. Oh no, do not play that. I almost played a copyright song. Fuck.
Oh no.
Oh, I gotta remember also. I gotta be careful about swearing on it's YouTube, especially early on like this. Yeah, no. The issue. Okay, there's a slight issue I have. Also, wait, hold on. What did I just do? Oh, right, I did that. Okay, sorry, I'm confusing myself today. um, yeah, last night. So I found a really good horror series. Here's the thing. I remember you were talking about but right before we went live, me and Alpaca were talking about Markiplier, and how it doesn't. It's kind of weird, Markiplier still reacts to things as much as he does, despite, playing horror games for like, what, 12 years now?
Oh yeah,
Go ahead.
I was gonna say I think it's been longer than 12 years that he's actually been playing horror games, but just like the FNAF genre in general. Because he
Yeah.
started with Amnesia, right? He uploaded that on Reddit, and that's what like blew him up.
Yeah, I think a lot of the old OG YouTubers blew up because of Amnesia. That's like PewDiePie, Markiplier, and I don't know. I know there was a lot, but I do know PewDiePie blew up even bigger because of that. And you want to talk about content creators who changed? PewDiePie is a big one. PewDiePie
Oh
went from
yeah.
super energetic to look how chill he is on his streams now. You basically, I mean, for the most part, like streams and videos, like I mean, he's settled down basically because he's like basically just vlogging in Japan, which is honestly kind of cool to watch. I don't
And
know.
then the phases he went through to get to where he is. So
I mean, well, yeah. I mean, and here's the thing: people are gonna change. Change is a factor of life. A lot of people don't like change, myself included, but change is gonna happen. You're gonna change as a person all throughout your life. I think it's a Doctor Who quote as Matt Smith is about to pass off the handle of Doctor Who to what's his name, Peter Capaldi. He's about to regenerate, and there's a famous quote where he says every second of your life you are constantly changing into a new person. It's a very I think it's a much longer quote, and he's like, I will always remember the day the doctor was me, which you can kind of just change that quote to, I will always remember the me I am now in the future, because you can always look back on yourself and
oh
change
yeah.
and change as a person, and that goes for whether you want to change for the better or for the worse. But I like to believe that most people want to change for the better.
Well, and whenever you're such a big name, especially on YouTube, for as long as most of these people have, you almost change at some point. It's just gonna become stale, and you're gonna burn yourself out if you don't try new things. And like, even if like you change and it doesn't work, and you revert back, just the trying of new things. If not, I feel like we wouldn't have these content creators that have been there for like 12 plus years.
Yeah, well, yeah. If they haven't changed their content, they haven't gone with the times, they haven't become more clickbaity. It's like all these content creators would fall off. I mean, some of them have over the years. I mean, I remember that a lot of the bigger Minecraft YouTubers aren't around anymore. I mean, like one that name that comes to mind that I never hear talked about anymore is a guy called Chimney Swift. I used to watch the guy all the time, and now I know when I don't know what happened to him.
Yeah, I've never even heard of him.
He used to play with Captain Sparkles and I as Cupquakes, which I don't even know what happened to Cupquakes. I know she's still around because I occasionally see Twitter posts from her. But yeah, I mean Captain Sparkle's still around, which honestly, his content feels like it hasn't changed much, if out of anyone, um, that I've watched. But anyways, I just remembered. But yeah, the reason I slept in was because for me I stayed up way too late finishing the rest of a horror manga called Sweet Home, which is about humans turning into monsters because they give into their desire.
Oh,
So it's like if you have a desire to become an athlete, you become a monstrous athlete. It's a really terrifying but good read, and it has two series to it. There's Sweet Boy and there's no, it's Sweet Home and Shotgun Boy. Both are
oh,
really good series.
two very different names.
Yeah, and but the end of Shotgun Boy, it's like the crossover event because the two protagonists meet each other, both stories, which is really
Oh, okay.
It's a really so Shotgun Boy is the prequel to Sweet Home, which I had it wrong last time I was talking about this story. I was telling people, oh yeah, Sweet Home is a prequel. No, it's Shotgun Boy is the prequel to Sweet Home, not the other way around. I had it wrong. It's a really good story. It's so good. I found it because YouTube. I've been being recommended a lot of like manga recap videos where they talk about or they like talk about a story of what happened in a manga, which basically is just them reading the manga to you, which I don't think is necessarily legal because you're just literally stealing someone else's stuff for content. I hope they don't monetize those channels, honestly, because I don't think they're supposed to do that. It's like,
Yeah.
go ahead.
Well, no, I was meaning I'm pretty sure that's not supposed to, but at the same time, if it's not a copyrighted thing, I think it's fine.
Yeah. I mean, I'm pretty sure that anything published could be copyright, but I could be wrong. I mean, maybe they are protected under YouTube. Maybe it's like they view it like, oh hey, you you're doing like a recap. It's not necessarily you're telling the whole story, even though they practically are telling the whole story. So who
Oh yeah.
knows? Let me do that real quick. And also, by the way, feel free to like step in and like stop me from talking because I have a habit of leading off and trailing off and also interrupting people. So feel free to interrupt me if you need to.
Alrighty. I will say if you want to check your Discord real quick, just to.
Yes, let me check real quick. Let me check. Oh, I'm on YouTube. Yes.
Okay, okay. I just wanted to make sure.
Yes, I'm streaming on YouTube because YouTube has announced they're lowering the requirements of getting monetized.
Oh, okay. I just wanted to make sure I didn't miss the thing.
Yeah. Sorry. Do you want the link to the stream because I have it right here.
Yes, please.
Here you go. Sorry about that. I believe I added it in the replies that tweet I posted last night as well. But yeah, there we go. This man is the King of Alpacas. Which, by the way, we jumped right to the episode. I forgot to do a proper introduction and be like, hello. Well, I think I did do the whole hello everyone. But today I have with me a lovely guest known as the King of Alpacas. Do you want to give a little introduction?
My name is Alpaca King, and as I've told Active, I actually don't have any other kind of name for my character. I just kind of go by Alpaca or King. Pretty much, it's just a name that I've used for like the past like 6 years on all of my gaming stuff. And whenever I figured I was gonna VTube, I was like, you know what, we're gonna stick with it. And then right afterward, I kept being asked like, "What's your name? What do we call you?" And I was like, "Oh, wait, that's a thing. I was supposed to have a name." And then so I just stream just a variety of games. Most of the time you'll catch me on like Stardew or Don't Starve Together, but every now and then we throw some Deep Rock Galactic in there or some like Demonologist.
I need to play Demonologist. A friend of mine bought it for me and I haven't sat down and played it yet. But I do like Deep Rock. It's super fun.
Yes, I didn't think I was gonna like it, and then my friend Garlic Frog just kept having me play, and I eventually just learned to love it.
I like it. It reminds me of the days when I used to really like Left 4 Dead 2.
Oh yes, I actually just bought both Left 4 Dead games like a month ago because I was feeling so nostalgic.
Oh wow. Yeah. one of my friends, I want to sit down one of these days and do, because sorry, oh my god. He was streaming Left 4 Dead 2, but he was doing tank runs, so like nothing but constant tanks are spawning.
Oh no.
So I was like, I'm tempted to try that. I know it'll be also very annoying to do, but I'm tempted to give it a try.
I see. I remember when Left 4 Dead and Left 4 Dead 2 first came out, and like all YouTube was just like different challenges for the game. So like people playing it without like the sound on and all
Yeah.
that kind of stuff. And I wanted to do it all so much, but I was so young, and my older siblings were like, "No, that's dumb. We're gonna play it right." And then we would just run through the. I think I beat that game like 7 times.
Gotcha. Yeah, I've, there are games like that where you just like can repeatedly play them. I can think of many games I've played replayed way too many times. There's Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness for the
Oh,
GameCube.
that is my favorite Pokemon game, but
It's
no
one
one
of the
ever talks
best.
about it.
It's one of the best Pokemon games that's out there. Although I feel like that game is the reason why I freaking nearly put holes in my freaking palms, because I had the belief that if you spin the joystick, it increases the chances of catching the Pokemon.
Oh, just like on like the normal Game Boy ones, where they're like, if you just tap A repetitively, you'll catch it
Yeah.
faster.
Just these weird like what are they called? Um like just ideas you have in your head that something will happen. Like I almost said spiritualistic, but I don't think that's the right idea. I'm trying to think. So that's not suspicious. What is the word? Just like I can't think of the word, but it's like an idea you have that something will work. Superstition. Yeah, there we go. It's a stupid
Yeah, yeah,
superstition you
yeah.
have. Exactly. Just weird superstitions like that. But yeah, XD Gale of Darkness is a really fun game. You know, you're catching shadow Pokemon, but I think also my favorite gimmick from that game wasn't the fact you could steal other trainers' Pokemon. It was the fact that the whole game was basically double battles.
Yes.
And I don't know
And,
why, but I loved that.
and don't you have a scooter in that one
You
instead
do,
of a bike?
yeah.
Yeah, I always wanted to have the scooter back.
Although you can only use the scooter on the map. You can't use it in the like overworld. You can't,
Yeah.
like, you can only walk in the overworld. But it was still really cool. I never beat Coliseum, but I played XD and beat that game like 3 or 4 times, which it's a long game. So there's that game. I've beaten the original Destroy All Humans 2 multiple times.
Yes. Oh, that one was so fun. I
So
bought it
good.
when it came out for PS4, the remake.
Yeah.
I had to buy that, and I showed Nubia it, and she was so confused. She did not understand what was going on.
I never even played the first one until like the remake came out. And even then, I've not even beaten the first one's remake. I just don't like the first one as much as the second. The second one has like so much good humor and like fun things you can do. I've not played the remake though. I want to. I just can't decide if I want to stream it or just play it off stream.
It's almost just a copy and paste. It just looks better.
I've heard though they changed my favorite weapon, which upsets me. The purple disc gun.
I don't. I actually don't remember what the differences were. It's been a bit since I've played
Well,
it.
it seems like now they make it just basically destroy whatever you shoot with it. In the past, though, what would happen is it would like basically be like levitation. If you shoot the disc, it would make the things start floating and like move in random directions. And the more you shot, the faster the things moved. Like, and if
Uh,
you shot like 4 of the disc at a tank, it would like basically fly through the sky. It was fun.
the
Also,
game
hello
was
there,
so
Kaina.
goofy.
It was very goofy. I mean, there's also, I mean, a lot of the options for small talk, like with Pox, with what's his name, Mozambique. I'm trying to think, the British guy that turns out to be a secret
Oh
agent.
yeah,
And then there's freaking, I think her name's Natalia. I think that's it. I don't know for sure, but it's the Russian chick that Crypto falls in love with.
and then just the fact that like they got the voice of Invader Zim to go back and be yet another like more adult and brass alien was
Oh
amazing.
yeah, I mean he was there in the original, so I wonder if they reused the lines or had them re-record it.
Oh, I wonder because I know they did a because he still sounds like that because they did a new movie for Invader Zim just a couple years ago.
Oh
So he still
really?
sounds the yeah. So he still sounds the
Well, I
same.
mean the voice actor for Invader Zim's also the voice actor for Moxie in Hell of a Boss on YouTube.
That explains okay. That explains why I knew that voice. Okay,
Yeah, they got that guy to play that voice actor. It's just a very iconic voice.
very much so.
It's a very iconic voice. It's great. Um, and also, freaking, what was I gonna say? One of my favorite things though about this Destroy Humans 2 is the fact there's a character in literally in the first arc or first section of the game called Coyote Bongwater, who is a hippie who wants to drug the entire like what West Coast or whatever. He wants to drug the West Coast to take over or something using blimps of something I think he called was it called Remoraid or something like that.
Yeah.
Just oh god, that story is so it's so funny. The main reason I'm scared to stream is because I don't want to mute the copyright music. Because one of my favorite songs is from that game. It's she's such a what is it? Yeah, she's such a sunny day, sunshiny day. Oh, she changes
Yep.
like the weather. That's the name of the song, and it goes like, "She's such a lovely sunny day. She makes your clouds evaporate." It's just like this really upbeat song that plays while you're blasting blimps out of the sky with a UFO.
Well, and like it's almost one of those games that like they make such like small little side jokes. You never know how much you'll have to go back and just try to cover up.
Yeah. There's a lot of dark humor in that. And, like, yeah. I don't even remember what language we used. I'm pretty sure the R word's in there somewhere.
Probably.
Let's see. I'm gonna head out to sleep. Have fun. All right. Have fun. Have a good sleep, Rose. I know you said, "Lol." I think you took my sleep. It's 3 a.m., but hopefully you can get some sleep yourself. Oh man. Uh, but so I'm curious. What got you into VTubing?
So I started streaming like normally as a flesh tuber. I would say I think it was like 2 years ago, and that was fun. It was fine. I was growing, and then I went through a bunch of personal issues and then work issues to where I had no time, and then I stopped for an entire year. And I was like, well, I want to get back into it. And I looked, half of my followers had gone just because like I hadn't said anything. I didn't have a Twitter at the time. I didn't even have my Discord at the time. So like I had no communication with them, and I just fell off the face of the earth. I felt like a horrible person. But then I noticed that like I was basically starting all over, and I was like, all right, well, now I just want to start all over. And Nubia was already VTubing and everything else, and I was like, that just seems so fun. I was like,
Yeah.
and it to me, it's like obviously we still need to be like who we are. We still need to be ourselves and everything else. But it felt like it was a way to for me to like be somebody entirely different. Because when it was my face on the camera and I knew everyone was looking at me, it kind of scared me and then like flared up my anxiety. But then the idea of doing it this way, it felt like I would be much more calm
Yeah.
and if almost like a sense of security. Like my character is my security blanket.
That's fair. That makes sense to me. It makes
and,
perfect sense to me.
and then like at the time, none of my VODs were put up or anything like that. So like there was basically nothing linking me to when I first started. So I felt comfortable just basically just like a whole new rebranding pretty much.
Yeah. No, that makes sense to me. When did you start and when did you stop originally?
I I think it was in like 2020, so like peak COVID. Well, like right before, and then I only streamed I think for like 5 6 months, and I just
Gotcha.
stopped. Like no communication. I had I was literally, I just woke up one day and I was like, all right, I have my work, and now I'm going through a school program for work. I was like, I have no time for this. And so I just like, all right, basically just deleted Twitch off my phone, deleted Twitch off my computer, and I just stopped.
Oh
And
wow.
then I was like, well, now I kind of miss the friends that I had made. So I re-downloaded it and I started watching their streams again. But then I just did not stream, and I kind of avoided any question around like when I was gonna stream again
Oh wow.
because it was like one of those things that was like I want to get back into it, but I also feel like way too overwhelmed, and I just didn't want to think about it.
That's very fair. Sometimes I feel overwhelmed by all the trying to keep up on content creation, keep up all with the people you get to know through content creation. It can be very stressful. Like, just like being like, hey, well, like because the big thing about being a content creator, you got to be consistent to be successful. And well, that can be one of two things: either you're consistent with their quality, or you're consistent about your upload schedule or stream schedule. That's like one of the best ways to grow. And for me, like again, one of my big stresses is like, okay, well, I just don't have the motivation to be consistent.
Yeah, and so like, uh, I went and I watched the new Spider-Man like way I think like 2 weeks ago, and it like hit me that like, oh, now I really want to go back and play the Spider-Man game, but I only have it on my PS5. I don't want to stream off my PS5, but the only time I have free to play games is when I'm streaming. So I was like, all right, guess I'm not gonna stream today so I can play Spider-Man. But how do I tell people that that's why I'm not streaming today?
Yeah, and that was kind of like stressing you out a little bit.
Yeah, and then like a lot of VTubers that I know of, like it seems like one of the most common denominators is like social anxiety. And
Yeah.
so like the hardest thing is like keeping in touch with people, like reaching out to them and being like, "Hey, how's your day going?" And like starting that conversation, I feel like is like the hardest thing for most of us.
Oh, definitely. For me, I've talked about this on the show. I think I'm weird in the sense that I'm perfectly comfortable reaching out to strangers, like people I don't know. But the moment I'm like like have a relationship with someone in any sort of way, I feel so shy to reach out to them because I don't want to pester them and ruin the relationship.
Yeah, I feel that entirely. Like even if somebody messages me first for like 6 days straight, say I wake up and there's already a message from them. The first day that they do not message me, I'm not messaging them first because I'm like, I'm gonna bother them. There's a reason they didn't message me.
Thing is, I feel like, in all honesty, what we gotta realize is that a lot of the time, the reason people aren't messaging you is because you're not messaging them, and the reason they
Yep,
don't, are not messaging you is because you're not messaging them. So it's like you're probably both feeling the same thing. Everyone probably feels like they just don't want to bother the other person.
exactly. And then it's just like this string of anxiety.
Absolutely. Oh, definitely. Uh, I mean, along with that, another thing that's stressing me out lately is I want to be pushing out more videos on YouTube and all that, but it's like it's a lot of work making descriptions, making thumbnails, planning streams, planning collabs. It's a lot of work. Also, the biggest work is trying to edit a video. It's so stressful trying to edit videos because to me, I try and make a video. I just don't like editing my own content anymore, really, and it sucks. That's why I'm trying to look into getting editors to help me out instead because I just do not have the motivation to do it myself anymore.
Oh, I feel that because like I've even been thinking I wanted to do like a podcast even before I first started streaming. I wanted to start a podcast with my best friend, but then like we looked into it and it was like, oh wait, that's a lot more work than just sitting down in front of a mic and talking.
It can be, yeah. I mean,
Because like,
some ways you can just do that, but yeah. But what were you gonna say?
because like a lot of the systems I didn't know, but like you can't just like start a podcast and put it on like Spotify or Amazon podcast by yourself. You have to have like a host company, which is super weird to me.
Yeah, it's weird like that. I mean, I tried putting my music on Spotify before, and that just it's a nightmare. It's weird. That's why I kind of just try to keep my music on YouTube. But I
It,
don't know.
even with all of its problems, YouTube seems like the easiest way for someone who's starting out to do anything like video or audio related.
Oh, definitely. I mean, they even have a podcast feature on YouTube now. Um, like you literally can do videos, live streams, YouTube Shorts, podcasts. You can even do freaking what is it? They added a new, not a new thing, but there's also community tabs. You can kind of use it as like a little mini Twitter for you and your
Yeah.
subscribers. So I've always thought like YouTube, for all its faults, it has a lot of issues. Don't get me wrong. I still think that it's not gonna beat Twitch anytime soon, but I do think it might be the better platform for smaller creators to start out on. Because the way the algorithm works in recommending people, and also I personally believe that YouTube in a way, like here's the thing, Twitch is just making mistake after mistake recently. I mean, they're taking away the 70-30 split for partners. They're shoving ads down people's throats like crazy.
Oh, and removing the subscription bonus, like to where now instead of getting ads removed from directly subscribing to content creators, they're trying to push subscribing like a monthly fee to Twitch itself.
Yep, I think it's what, Twitch Turbo or something like that.
Yep. To where now the only reason why you would subscribe to the actual content creator on Twitch is to use their emotes and to just support them.
Yep, which has kind of been what YouTube has been this entire time, but yeah. Because, with YouTube Premium or whatever, it gets rid of ads. But here's a big difference between Twitch Turbo and YouTube Premium. YouTube Premium lets you download videos offline, so it's like if you're on the go, it's really nice for travel. It's like, oh, I want to watch this video while I'm like on a plane, so you download it. Or I want to
Well,
watch it, at my grandparents' place. They have really bad internet.
well, and also like YouTube is very much so like a pre-recorded video site. It like
Yeah,
while you can live stream, it's mostly handed toward like pre-recorded videos. So it's like, okay, I'm not going like personally, I would be more inclined to subscribe directly to a content creator live stream service to get rid of ads so I can keep up, and never miss a beat versus like YouTube. To me, it's like perfectly fine for them for you to pay a monthly fee for no ads for that
yeah,
because the video's already recorded. I'm not going to miss anything because the ad's there. It's just
yeah.
like a small annoying commercial.
Yep. Definitely. And then with Twitch, it's annoying because, it literally will just interrupt the stream.
Exactly. And I've had it like so many times in which I'm in somebody's chat and I'm like something happens on theirs and I go to like reply a funny joke and I don't even get to see their reply or like
Because the
their
ad
response to
plays.
it. Yep.
Yeah, it's so annoying. It's so annoying. I mean, and also recently, Twitch was trying to prevent people from putting their advertisers on screen. Like, they're like, you can't have your sponsors. You can't have, like, GamerSup's logo being too big. You can't play a video of GamerSup's, like, you can't play a trailer or something, like, from them, like a sponsorship reel or anything.
Yeah.
It's just, Twitch is just making bad calls left and right. I don't
At,
know.
at at least on that, I will say like they shouldn't have tried it in the first place, but at least they really quickly realized that people did not enjoy it and they really quickly reversed it.
Mm-hmm. Oh, definitely. Definitely. It's there's a lot, and it's you know, with YouTube and Twitch, it's like you can go back and forth. Both platforms have their issues. I think it's like, because here's an issue. Here is the fact: no company is gonna run things perfect. I have worked. I've like every year I pretty much get a new job, and that's because I end up coming to despise whatever company I'm working for very quickly. Because I find something I don't like about how the companies run, and I know that I'm the small guy. There's no way I'm gonna be able to change it, and I also don't want to become like the CEO and become the person that has to change it, because that just is gonna be too much work.
And then there's going to be that one, there's going to be that new you that doesn't like it, and then you're going to have to hear it from them.
It's just,
Because, like, there's
uh,
no, because it's that old saying, like, you're never going to appease everyone.
yep, yep. And one of my biggest issues, I hate whenever you're understaffed at work. It is the worst feeling ever when you just cannot have enough people to rely on. It just sucks. And
Especially when it shouldn't be that way. Like, you have people that want to work there, but your uppers are just like, no, it's fine. We're managing.
yeah, and also it's like you have people that want to work there, but it's like, well, you're not paying us enough, or you're not, listening to us enough, or you're hiring people who aren't hard workers and are bring the morale down for everyone. It's just I I don't think it's possible to find a job you're just 100% content with. Whether that and that even applies to content creators. Like, you can have so many problems with YouTube, but you're gonna have to put up with it. You can have so many problems with Twitch, but you're gonna have to put up with it. I don't know.
Definitely.
It's like, I don't know. For me, I've always wanted to have, get my YouTube channel monetized. That's been a dream of mine since like 2015. It's like I've wanted to be a YouTuber. Twitch, I only started because it's like, oh, this is cool. Live streaming is cool, and Twitch is neat. But and I do like a lot that Twitch has to offer, but there's a lot I dislike. Like, again, the ads just kind of ruin it for me. I just do not like the ads. And that goes for both being a streamer and also being a viewer. Whenever I'm trying to watch somebody, if ads start playing when I'm trying to, like, if I'm at work and I see someone on Twitter, I'm like, "Oh, I want to check out their stream real quick." Or like I just am in a hurry and I like at home and I'm like checking somebody out like real quick for the first time, like, okay, let me check them out. I hate that the ad is the first thing I freaking see. I want to see the person that I'm trying to check out. So it's like I have to quickly turn off the full VOD because, like, I can't watch a VOD. I just have to go to their clips because that's the only place I'll not get ads.
Yeah, and that makes it like really hard being the person behind the channel as well, because while you're trying to get more views, if somebody who's never viewed you before clicks your thing, they can get up to like 10 pre-roll ads in a row.
Yep.
Like, I know me personally, like, it might sound really bad for me to admit since I'm complaining about it, but if I see and I click on somebody new for the first time and I see 10 pre-roll ads right there, I'm leaving.
Oh man,
Like,
I'm right there with
sorry,
you.
shouldn't admit it if I'm the one complaining about it at the same time, but that's why I'm complaining about it, because I know what happens because I do it. Like,
Yeah. No, I totally get it. I totally get it. Uh, it's just rough. It's so tough. Like, I don't know. Like, for me, I think that when it comes to YouTube, I think that the way YouTube you can make content on YouTube, you can do anything. And the best thing is to try and market yourself. Like, hey, if you're streaming on YouTube, use the community tab, use Twitter for one, and also, make videos, make YouTube shorts. You got to show off your content, your personality in a way that other people can see it. And again, and also what's nice about YouTube, yes, here's the thing about YouTube, they want to be consistent. If you blew up because of Minecraft, they don't want you to start making GTA 5 content. They want you to keep making YouTube content. The algorithm does, because it doesn't want to recommend you other games that same person's playing. However, you can't, by choice. YouTube is like, feels free. It's like you can make a video that's like, oh, top 10 tips I wish I knew about this game before I played it. Or the very next day, you can just make a scripted video, like a Russian Badger style video, where you like, or like a Call Me Kevin style video, where it's just like, you're making all these jokes like this game is a game where you can do this in the game, and then you have like just some random thing happen. Like you can, or you make a funny moments highlight, or you make vlogs. YouTube has so much freedom in what you can make. I mean, so does Twitch, but it's mainly all live streams.
And then, like, now, YouTube, you have all the freedom to do that, and then it's like, oh, awesome.
But what?
So I want to live stream now. You can do it, you can live stream.
Your voice went so high pitched, I can't even understand you.
Is it better?
You have a voice, I think you have a voice mod on. I think he has like a filter or something on, like a voice changer. What happened?
I'm trying to get it to work.
You sound like a chipmunk right now. Oh, hello? Oh, you're back, you're back.
Okay, good. Oh.
Yeah, you sound like a chipmunk for some reason.
I have no idea what happened. I don't have any voice mods, so I have no idea what happened.
That was so weird.
But but what I was saying is like you have all those like free like options that you can do for videos, but then now it's like, okay, I can also now live stream.
Yep.
I think the only thing that's honestly keeping YouTube behind Twitch at any point is the integrations and like your availability to interact with your chat while live streaming, and also just how hard it is compared to Twitch to get monetized. Because like on Twitch, if you have like 5 friends that you know will always throw on your channel, 1 month in you're fine.
Yep.
And YouTube, I've heard that it like on average it takes almost like a year and a half.
Oh yeah, well I mean look at me, like being someone who's been very inconsistent but has been trying since 2015 with my YouTube channel to grow. I am right now with the current requirements, I'm only halfway to monetize, but that's mainly because of I started streaming on YouTube and uploading videos to YouTube and music. My music especially has been pushing, like my song Womp Womp for Shy Lily has pulled in like almost 1,000 watch time hours.
Which is like super cool. It's super nice, but it's just like everyone talks about Twitch being an oversaturated market. Like YouTube's far more. And so if they could figure out a good balance with their monetization, I think that's where like the true competition would start.
Yeah. Like again, I don't think there's going to be any perfect company. And I mean, like one of the big reasons, people aren't going over to Kick is because the fact that a lot of people that get banned off Twitch are going to Kick. And a lot of these people don't have the best personalities. It's very rough.
I've heard a lot about that. I'm really bad, like like we said before stream started, like about trying to like keep out of drama and stuff like. And honestly, if I see a news article about it, I just skip. And I just hope one of my friends will be like, "Hey, by the way, this is what's going on. Like, go hit that unfollow real quick." Like that way, I don't personally have to keep up with like all of the negativity, because it ruins my motivation.
Yeah. Like for me, it's like if you're gonna do something, like when it comes to like negativity and all that, don't spread it. Maybe spread awareness. Like if there's someone toxic like that has harassed you or other people in the past that you keep seeing being a really rude person, share and be like, hey, just watch out for this person. You can publicly say that, but don't go out of your way to keep dragging drama up or don't get involved in it. It's just like what do you put out in the world is typically what the world gives back to you. So if you try and be positive and create a positive place, you're gonna that's what the world would give back to you most of the time. Just ignore all the negativity because there's just some assholes out there.
Exactly.
Like, I'm just like, I want to sit here and have fun with people. I want to have fun and have a nice chat with somebody. I mean, the last episode of my talk show, I basically spent an hour nerding out about old Cartoon Network shows and cartoons with my guests.
Oh, did y'all talk about how Ben 10 is now on Netflix?
Is it the original?
Yeah, yes.
Oh, that's
And
cool.
they're in talks of getting like Alien Force put on there and the 2 live action movies that Cartoon Network made.
That'd be awesome.
That's what I've been nerding out about so much here lately. It's just like I've been on this weird Ben 10 kick.
Ben 10 is awesome. I still think, in my opinion, I think that the original 10 aliens are probably some of the coolest aliens that have been created. Like, or just like the original Ben 10 had the best aliens, the original series.
Oh,
Like,
entirely. And like they're super unique compared to like even other iteration of aliens outside, to
mm-hmm.
where they're usually all just like tall green or gray monsters.
I
And then
don't.
you have Ben 10 and it's just like this
Oh yeah.
weird array.
Oh yeah, that's a whole array of monsters. Like, here's the thing. I don't like. I actually don't like a lot of the aliens, the Alien Force. I like the show. I like the tone. I really like how Ben grew up and got more mature, which is also why I don't like Ultimate Alien. But we might get into that in a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
Because basically it feels like Ben regressed and became an idiot again. When I liked how the series became so mature in Alien Force, I was like, damn, Ben's actually a badass now, and it's more mature. Um, sorry, what were you gonna say? It sounded like you were
I was
gonna
gonna say like in Alien Force, like you finally realize how a 10-year-old, because like the big thing for me about Ben 10, it's like, all right, you have this 10-year-old that has literally no experience fighting anyone, but now he's gonna beat up Vilgax, the biggest, baddest alien in the entire universe.
Yep.
And then in Alien Force, you watch that and it's like, oh yeah, I can actually see him doing that.
Oh yeah, you can see him doing pretty much everything that happened in Alien Force. Um, but for me, a lot of the aliens I don't like. I think that Humongosaur is dumb. Way Big is such a better alien. Humongosaur is so dumb. I really dislike that. I dislike Heat. No, I dislike Wildvine. Wait, no, that's not Wildvine. I keep messing up. What is his name? Swampfire. I just like
Yeah,
Swampfire because Swampfire just feels like you took Wildvine and took Heat Blast and combined the two, and I hate it.
They went through a whole thing in which that's what they did. They combined the aliens together.
Yeah, which I'm just like I just thought was so dumb.
It's very like, I would say
That was hilarious. The voice thing, yeah. When
lazy.
Alpaca when Alpaca had the freaking voice changed, he went
No,
chipmunk
that wasn't.
mode.
I didn't even get to hear it. I'm gonna have to go back and listen to it.
Oh
I have
man.
no idea what happened. Like, I know I accidentally kicked my mic cord, but I don't know why that would have done it.
Oh god, I don't know. That's so weird. But yeah, they did combine aliens, like, and it's dumb. Like for me, also was a Ditto better cloning alien, cooler alien than Echo Echo. I do like Echo Echo. I think Echo Echo is cool, but it does
Oh,
just feel
yeah.
like they just took Ditto and gave it new powers.
Yeah, that is true. And then like I feel like they set up a lot of like the original aliens, and I feel like they could have just continued with them for so long, and instead they were like, all right, here's that original alien but somewhat better in terms of like it's now a stronger version of it, even though
Yeah,
it's completely unnecessary.
it was very unnecessary. Oh my god! And then like also, I believe like I they should have just kept a lot of the original aliens because also like I didn't like Jet Ray. I liked Big Chill. I didn't like Jet Ray because Jet Ray just felt like they tried making a flying version of Accelerate.
Oh yeah.
And Accelerate was one of my favorite. I think Accelerate's like voted to be Ben, like people's #1 favorite alien from Ben. For me, I like Upgrade more though.
See, I think and now like I think now if you look into it, everybody likes like Ghost Freak because ghost things and like the edgier side of cartoons is like everyone's favorite.
Well, I don't think it is now. A lot. He is a big fan favorite, but I think even now, like I looked at a lot of the polls that like bet from like the Ben 10 era and also recent. Just Accelerate is like it's just one of people's favorites because they just feel like it fit Ben a lot, which is probably why Ben 10,000 spent so much time in Accelerate's body, the original Ben 10,000.
Oh, that is true. Yes.
Because it was one of Ben's favorite aliens and one of his best.
My favorite was always a tie between Heat Blast, and I'm trying to think of his name.
Ripjaws, Wild Mutt,
Gray Matter.
Gray Matter.
The
Gray Matter's
Yeah.
awesome.
So him and Heat Blast were always my favorite.
They are good. I mean, Heat Blast is iconic and awesome, just really good. I liked all of the aliens, even Stinkfly, you know?
Yes, they all like felt like they had a purpose and they filled like a specific role, and I feel like that's something that was lost later.
Oh yeah, definitely. Definitely feel like a lot of that got lost, and it does suck.
Oh, and hi Lori. I didn't see your message like way when you first messaged in. But hi, welcome in.
Yes, they've been here for a while, though
Yeah.
they did say they're a few minutes behind apparently. Which I don't know if that's because that they haven't like refreshed the stream or if they're choosing to be behind. Maybe they rewound it and don't want to miss any of our conversation. So I don't know. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I wasn't in the chat at first whenever they first messaged in, so I didn't get to see it.
Gotcha. Oh man. But yeah, no, just old cartoons is one of my favorite things to talk about, I guess, because it's just great nostalgia. And I guess for me, it's just that's what I like doing on this talk show. It's like this talk show is just my moment to pull people on and have a conversation with them and talk about whatever I feel like. It's kind of like a podcast, but it's more like I can just have a conversation with 1 to 3 people all at the same time and have a good time together.
Basically, spend time with friends without having to leave the comfort of your house.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Like spending time with friends, but pants are optional.
Pants are optional, yes. Oh man, that's very fair. Maybe that's why you're hiding behind that table so much.
Don't tell me secrets.
Don't tell the secrets. Oh boy. Oh man. So I'm a bit curious. How did you become the King of Alpacas?
So, alpacas are my favorite animal of all time. It's like alpacas, and then you have foxes, and then way, way down, like you're holding the tab key, way down are the rest of the animals. But like alpacas and foxes are right there. And when I was a kid, my big goal was that I was going to win the lottery or I was going to get like $10 million somehow. I don't know how I thought I was going to accomplish it, but I was going to get $10 million and I was going to buy and start the world's biggest alpaca farm. And I was going to get them all alpaca safe body armor.
Alpaca
And
safe body armor?
and I was gonna start my own militia of just me leading a giant horde of alpacas.
Oh, that's funny. That's great. That's amazing. So is that also part of your lore?
No, my lore hasn't been officially released yet. I'm actually still working on getting everything voice acted,
Gotcha.
but it's a lot more fitting in like an anime world style. And not as much of a so I actually just got all these alpacas, gave them swords and body armor, and now we're here to rule. Like
Gotcha. That's great. Oh my gosh. I mean, your design is really clean and nice. I like it.
Yeah, you can thank Nubia for that one. I have no artistic ability whatsoever.
Oh, yeah.
All I knew.
Did she draw your model then?
She didn't draw this model, but she is the one that actually designed the original work.
Gotcha. Like the concept art.
Yeah. This is by Shindon on Twitter.
Nice.
And she ran with the concept art and she just blew it out of the water. I love this model so much.
It's very nice. It's very nice.
Like the only things that like I helped make with the like the design is I wanted the stand-up ears and I wanted the crown on the ears.
Oh, really?
Everything else was Nubia.
Gotcha.
And I'm just so happy with it. Like I literally whenever I first got the actual model, I spent I think like 30 minutes in VTube Studio just looking at myself and like moving around.
Really? I mean, I think I did something similar with this model. Although now it moves more stiff because I turned off a setting because, like, I used to be able to, like, lean back and forward, but I had issues with that where by doing that, my model, like, whenever I'd walk away, my model would like blow up and take up the entire screen. And so it was just a bit annoying dealing with that.
See, the issue I have is my monitor rests too high for my camera, and so it's looking at me from like a slight angle, so it never gets perfect tracking. And I have glasses on, so the glare from the screen does not allow it to track my eyes perfectly. So I'm supposed to be able to wink myself, but I had to turn it on to where it's a hotkey instead.
Gotcha. That makes sense. Let's see. I'm also trying to check something. I'm very curious also when it comes to streaming. There's options that says create highlight video while streaming on a YouTube live stream. I don't know what this button really does. Oh yeah, okay, so I can actually create like a highlight, public, create title, add a description. I might try this one of these times, create a highlight. I might do that just to find out what it is, like test highlight.
Oh, that's neat. Is that to where whenever people are watching your VOD like on Twitter, to where it like specifically highlights that part in the timestamps?
I don't know. I have no idea because like I click it and it pulls like basically it's like almost looks like the Twitch clip feature, but it's a highlight instead of, you know, a 60-second clip. You can set it to like whatever you want it to be. So, I don't know. I might test that one of these days because I don't even do that right now. But like, test. I'm gonna actually call it test highlight because I don't know actually how this works. I'm just gonna hit create, and I don't know what that did. But so maybe I go to my YouTube channel. Maybe that exists now. I'm just gonna check that out real quick now. Oh yeah, no, it just creates a video.
Oh, nice.
Interesting. Huh. So I guess that is actually interesting to me. So so that gives me an idea. If I do a stream where I specifically make it so during the stream there will be a video made that's be unedited that I plan to stream, or stream in a way where it can be just uploaded unedited. I wonder if I could do something like that. That's actually neat.
Oh, like highlight the entire live stream.
Well, not the entire live stream because the stream's already going to become a VOD afterwards, anyways.
Oh, I did not know that. That's very handy.
Well, oh yeah, with YouTube live streams, the link of the video, the live stream, will even be the same for the VOD. So it goes from being a live stream immediately to being a saved VOD, and it'll be in the live tab, not the video tab. So people will see all your previous live streams under the live tab. And what's also nice about streaming on YouTube, people can rewind the stream while it's live.
Yes, I knew that. I tried like for so long when I first started watching Twitch. I kept trying to go back and I was like, what's wrong with my phone? Like why will it not work? And then I was like, "Oh, it's only live." Cuz I thought the ability to go back would help your viewers create clips like while you were streaming.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's why it's good to... I mean, people don't watch VODs on Twitch, though. Not really. People rarely do that. That's the thing that sucks. And you want to know one of the main reasons is because the ads. The ads on the live streams after they've gone from live to VOD is just atrocious. On Twitch, that is. I don't know about YouTube. I mean, knowing YouTube, I bet, like, with YouTube, it's like every 10 minutes is an ad. I know it's something like that. So it could be pretty bad on YouTube VODs too, but I wouldn't know. I've had YouTube Premium for years.
No, I refuse, okay? I remember back in the day to where you couldn't even record shows on your Dish or Direct, alright? Commercials do not bother me.
They've always bothered me. I hated commercials as a kid.
Commercials to me are a time to discuss what you have watched so far.
Yeah, that's a good idea, I guess. For me, I've always hated them. Although some commercials just stay in your head, like the little things, like it's like Sleep Country USA. Why buy a mattress anywhere else? Just old things like that. Or like the 1-800-588 and 5 or something like that.
Like, or like the not Jackson Hewitt. I'm an idiot. Words, they won't work. My brain is smooth.
Your brain is smooth.
It's my money. I need it now.
It's my money and I need it now.
Yeah,
It's
I think
yeah. Oh,
I
go
think
ahead.
everyone remembers that one.
A lot of people do, yeah. What's sad is it's really like the more I get older, I genuinely am just feeling older and older as the years go on. Like I keep looking back and like, dude, it's been how many years since the first Xbox came out? It's because the thing is, I don't think people realize this. People are like, "What do you mean by retro?" Xbox, like somebody called Xbox 360 retro, and they were like like going at them. But if you think about it, games started being called retro after like 10 years after the console had been out or something like that. You know, like people started calling NES and all that retro. Now though, the Xbox 360 came out in 2006. It's almost 20 years old.
Oh my goodness, that is weird to think about.
The Xbox 360 can almost be considered retro.
And it is still my all time favorite system UI.
Oh, definitely.
No,
It's some of the
like
best
nothing will
UI.
beat it. And then like the social tab for Xbox 360, I do not know why Microsoft got rid of that. The ability to
Yep.
like see your avatar and all your friends' avatars just sitting there chilling, and then you get to unlock like game style cosmetics, the little like bring back Left 4 Dead, like the little med kit that they could hold if you did so many things in the game. Like, why did Microsoft get rid of that? That was so
Or
amazing.
if you had, like, there's the Portal 2 portal gun, which is really cool. Like, you have the portal gun and your character would jump in the portal.
Yes.
It's like, there's
And
a lot, dude.
and like I don't know why game companies just hate us, okay? Because like it with the new Xbox, you can design your avatar, you can customize it and everything else, but you don't do anything with them. And then the same thing goes for the Switch. Specific games allow you to use Mii's and create Mii's, but there's no more like Mii Courthouse on like the Switch, like how on the Wii you could like go and like there was like a courtyard and all your created Mii's are just like chilling.
Yeah.
There's no like why did game companies do away with that? That was such a fun thing, and it seems as if we've regressed in like video game technology when it comes to like console UIs.
Oh my god, yeah, no, I agree. I totally agree, dude. Oh my god. It's just a lot of companies regressed. I mean, you gotta look also, a lot of companies have gotten worse with the UI. Like, Call of Duty's UI now is so bad.
Oh,
I've
their
heard.
battle pass UI is a mess. I've still not figured out how to use it, and I went halfway through their entire battle pass. Like, sure, I was on the free one, but like I went halfway through the level systems, and I only got the first battle pass item because I did not know how to navigate their battle pass, and I did not care enough to watch a YouTube video.
Yeah. I mean, and also besides that, besides companies getting worse, I mean, also some companies are simplifying their logos by a lot. It's like, I mean, if you look at like the original Firefox logo, it's just like, and then now there used to be a fox in the Firefox browser logo. Now Firefox just literally looks like there's a tail, and that's it. There's not a fox anymore. It doesn't even really look like a tail either.
Yeah, and then Firefox actually used to have an official anime girl mascot that was fan made that the original creators of Firefox then like actually asked them to use it. That's no longer a thing anymore. It's no longer officially owned by Firefox. They got rid of it.
Oh my god, jeez. Ah, it's just it's annoying. All these companies are doing all these things, and it's just like, why? You didn't need to do this. Like
And then you
go ahead.
Oh, and I was gonna say, and then you have Google, who's like their search engine. They're adding more and more Easter eggs to it, and I love that so much.
Oh yeah, I used to love Halo. I still do to this day, but 343 has just not done good with Halo since they got their hands on it.
No.
No, they have not. They like Infinite was decent. The story was decent. It was fun. I had fun, but they also are fun police because they've taken away the coil glitch. You can no longer launch yourself into space using fusion coils. B, they have also removed the tank gun Easter egg, which was implemented, so you can get that near the start of the game and have a scorpion tank as your primary weapon, basically. They deleted that. They removed that. They also just in general I'm just disappointed. Everything they do just disappoints me.
The fact that Slayer was not an option, like Team Slayer was not an option online from the get-go was a mistake.
The fact that infection wasn't an option either. I don't even know if
And
it is an option yet.
and then like they were supposed to have split screen co-op official. They kept promising it. I think they've already said that that's not going to happen now.
Well, no, they have. I think they had a whole flight where they were having it implemented. Like people could actually play it. It was just extremely buggy, but there were bunch of YouTubers and stuff and streamers streaming it co-op. It might even be out now.
Because I know that there was a glitch that you could make it split screen co-op.
Actually,
Because they were
actually wait, yeah, split screen. I don't know, but online co-op they took. Was what I was thinking. I actually don't know about split screen.
Yeah, because they took that away, which that's like a staple
of Halo. Yes, dude.
And then I just hated, like, to me, like, the story was fine, but the story, like, the campaign's gameplay, I felt like I was playing Just Cause.
Yeah, I can see that.
It was see that. Boring open world in which all you did was zip line across like you were Scorpion from Just Cause, but wearing a Master Chief cosmetic.
I think Halo. Well, and here's the thing: they could have, like, if the story was as good as like Halo 2 story, they could have done an open world just fine. Oh, I don't like. Imagine if Halo 2 was an open world game. I mean, I don't even know if you could make it because, well, actually, here's the thing that bugs me: the reason why Halo's so cool, Halo 1. How many environments do you visit because the game transports you? It's like you have the loading screen, you go from inside the Pillar of Autumn to on the Halo ring to the various environments on the Halo ring to even being in a Covenant ship, in a snow environment, in on an island, in like a giant forest or a swamp. Halo 2, you have the Metropolis area. You're on a spaceship in the first mission. You have a Covenant ship. You have another Halo ring with multiple environments, even an underwater section. Like, one of the cool things about Halo was being able to travel to different places, seeing the universe, not staying in one place.
Yes, and then like that continued all the way until Reach, because Halo 4, you're literally only on planet Prometheus, and everything looks the exact
Prometheus.
same.
I think it's Requiem, not Prometheus.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, because the villains are the Prometheus people.
The Prometheans, yeah.
Yeah, planet Prometheus.
I mean, and again, everyone, like, a lot of people hated, I'm not gonna say everyone, but the majority of people hated the art style change that 343 did, myself included. They should not have changed the art style, in my opinion. It just looks dumb. The grunts look dumb, the elites look dumb, everything looked dumb. And also, they literally changed what the Forward Unto Dawn looked like. They're like, oh yeah, we're gonna completely change. The ship was cut in half. Why was the ship, like, not missing more parts, and why they changed to be a completely different ship in Halo 4? Like, everything 343 has done is just confuse the hell out of me.
Their weird stuff that they decided to do with Cortana, like, but I think if they wanted to do an open world, and Bungie's already proven that they could do an amazing one, is they missed their chance with Reach.
I
feel like Reach, in a like Destiny 1 style open world, like, I guess it's considered open zone, but whatever. I think I think that would have been like peak open world Halo.
Yeah. Again, open world Halo could have worked. I mean, actually, there kind of is an open world Halo. Halo 3 ODST.
Yeah, you're right.
It's not complete open world, especially because a lot of sections are locked off in the beginning until near the end where you can pretty much travel anywhere. But it pretty much is an open world investigation kind of game. And it's a great game. I love ODST. It's one of the best, honestly. But
It's the best of all the side games.
well, I don't know, because Halo Wars exists, and that's really high up there on my list as well.
That
But
game put me to sleep.
I loved Halo Wars. I loved the cutscenes, I loved the characters, I loved the gameplay. I liked Halo Wars a lot. But I don't know. It's like Halo had a lot of potential. And I mean, Halo Wars, in my opinion, is a great example of Halo could have been done well in a different style. It was RTS, and I liked it. Real-time strategy, a really good game in my opinion. And then you look at Halo 4, it's supposed to be a mainline game, and it bored me and annoyed me because the Prometheans are bullet sponges and then also have annoying mechanics. Like, I feel like they wanted it, like, maybe they looked at, like, what's like Call of Duty Advanced Warfare, and were like, yes, let's make something like that.
I feel like what they were like, all right, we need these people to feel more like a threat than the Covenant. And so by doing that, instead of making them have like really cool, unique, and like actual fun mechanics, they were like, just make them really hard to kill.
Which is never the right answer. Never
Which
the
is
right answer.
Which is my problem with the Souls genre games, just saying.
Nah, that's fair. That's
being
fair.
hard does not equal fun.
A lot of time it isn't, no. And also, one of the other things you said, like, they they wanted to make something more harder than the Covenant. They kind of did that in Infinite, because they're marketing, like, oh, these new guys, they're more scary than the Flood. They literally are. If you read the lore that they're trying to tell you, they're saying, oh, these beings were immune to the Halo ring. So the Forerunners were scared of them. It's like, dude, I don't give a crap. The Flood is the biggest, scariest thing that ever exists in the Halo universe. They're the main villains of the Halo universe. They literally are. It's the reason Halo is called Halo, because Halo rings exist for the Flood.
And I was like a young teenager when the Flood was like first released. Like that actually, like some of those missions actually felt like a horror game.
Yeah, dude, 343 Guilty Spark is still a terrifying mission. Like, dude, that mission could give someone nightmares. It is terrifying. The atmosphere is perfect, especially if you play on the old graphics, because the new graphics make everything too bright and not foggy enough, and also deletes a lot of the blood. Like the original graphics, there's literally an elevator in 343 Guilty Spark. In the original graphics, it has blood all the way down the elevator, and you realize they were throwing bodies down this elevator.
Yes, like.
In the anniversary graphics, you can't see the blood.
And see, like, you mentioned, like, Halo and blood and stuff like that. Did you ever watch the show that Paramount came up with, the live action?
No, I saw an episode because my family was like, hey, there's a Halo show. I watched it and I was like, I hate this. I hate everything about this.
But you watched at least one episode, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Do you remember how like gory and bloody that show was?
There were really.
People. So yeah, within like the first like 2-3 episodes, there was like so much like just straight up murder in the show, and like there was like people getting like they're like straight up like decapitated.
Oh really?
Yeah, and like there were like children being shown to be like executed by the Covenant and stuff. Like Jesus. It was intense, and people threw a fit about it. And it was like, did you not play the original ones? Like, you literally in Reach walk in, and there's like a farmhouse with a family that has passed due to the Covenant.
Well, it's soldiers that passed. The families just actually I don't think actually the family got killed. It was the soldiers that got killed that went to investigate. Like,
oh yeah,
the family was okay, although they did find like a dead son and like a dead doctor because the Covenant had killed the people running the radio array.
Yeah, so like these games have never been like oh no, can't show that alien blood is purple. Like they've been very dark games, and then 343 just kind of made it bad.
Oh, also, I feel like 343 were really hyping up the scene where Chief jumps out in Infinite, like he jumps off of like out a window or whatever, and like flies into the Pelican. Dude, that scene was not nowhere near as cool as the scene where Chief leaps out of the space station with the bomb to detonate the bomb in the Covenant ship in Halo 2. That scene is iconic and it's not overplayed and it's awesome, dude. Halo 2, in my opinion, I think is the here's the thing. I love Halo. I think Halo 1, in my opinion, has the best balance of gameplay. I think like you can play that on Legend, anyone can play that on Legendary and have a good time. Like the way they designed the game was that Legendary wasn't too hard, but it was a challenge. It's fun. Halo 2, they didn't have enough time for to tweak the difficulty. But what they did is tell a story in a video game that felt like I was playing an action movie. And something about that really worked well with Halo.
Yes, and it was something that at the time like Halo did that other games had tried and failed. Because I feel like most fighting games, mostly leaning toward Mortal Kombat, what they want is they want to give you a movie that you get to help the climax scenes.
Yeah.
And to me it's always failed. It's just failed flat really badly. But then like you have a game that's like a first person shooter game that the story is very much so like a really big thing, but it was always this is a game. This is a game. We're not trying to give you like all of the story in a cutscene. Everything is like sprinkled throughout, and
Show
it felt
don't tell.
yes, and it felt like way more of that like movie experience than a game that is 90% cutscene.
Yeah, very much so. I mean, again, like, just like it freaking Halo has like I like Halo 3. I think Halo 3 is amazing, but I do think in my opinion I think Halo 2 has like is like the best Halo. I think Halo, if you want to like recommend a Halo to someone, you recommend them Halo 2 because Halo 2 is like the best Halo. I think it has the best music. I think it has the best story, the best just in general the like it gives you the best feelings playing that game.
Yeah, I think I'm just way too biased. Anytime I think Halo, Reach comes to my brain.
I like Reach, I do. I just think Halo 2 is my bread, like, is like, I was gonna say bread and butter, but I mean Halo in general is my bread and butter. I just like Halo 2 more than Reach, I guess. Like, I liked Reach, but there's a lot of things I didn't like, and I can't really put a name to them. Like, I didn't enjoy it nearly as much as I enjoyed, like, especially the campaign. I enjoyed the multiplayer more than any other Halo, don't get me wrong.
Yes, and I
But
think that's what keeps me from like seeing the flaws of the campaign is just how many hours I put into the
yeah,
multiplayer.
I mean the campaign is great. I enjoyed it. There's a lot of moments though, like the issue about how dark and gritty they made everything is a lot of levels felt like I was looking at the exact same thing. Like the colors didn't really change that much, whereas Halo 2, you're constantly going between different environments. I mean, like you're in, like, again, whole thing, you're in space, you're in a Covenant ship, or you're in a Forerunner mining facility in a gas giant that has flood in it, or you're in a freaking at night in an area, or you're underwater. I liked how different it felt, like, and
I
how
feel that, yeah, because in Reach you're almost always at Reach, right? Like you're
pretty
almost
much.
always on the same exact place. I think you travel off like maybe twice, and that's it.
Pretty much. There's only two levels. There's only actually, I think there's only one level that doesn't take place on Reach, and that's the Long Night of Solstice or Solace, and that
Yeah,
that mission is fun, but it's hell on Legendary, by the way. The spaceship section is honestly, it could be just removed. It does not need to exist. It's all right, but it's nowhere near as fun as just playing the game normally. Like, I don't know. Like, Halo to me will always be a series that'll stay strong in my heart. I just wish that 343 had done it justice.
I just want Hayabusa armor again. That's all I want.
Like, what do you mean?
Like, I want the Halo 3 Hayabusa armor, and
Oh
I
yeah,
know,
Hayabusa armor, yeah.
and I know we're like in the day of age of like peak internet, and to where nothing is really a secret or a challenge in games anymore. But like, I want that feeling of somebody has a cosmetic in a game that I really want, but I cannot figure out for the life of me how to unlock it. That is how I felt when I played Halo 3, and I just wanted Hayabusa armor so badly, but no one could tell me how to actually obtain it.
Oh man. Yeah, a lot of it was like that in the past. Like, I mean, it's like that whole Mew under the truck thing. Like the
Oh yeah.
internet wasn't big, so like a lot of it was all rumors in schools how you get these special things.
And it's so weird how like all that spread, right? Because like you talk to somebody, because like obviously all of the rumors spread so fast because you don't have access to the information. But yet, one side of the United States, I'm being told, like, yeah, so you do this glitch and you go underneath the truck and there's a Mew there. And then a kid on the opposite side is also being told that at school. And I'm like, how did this one rumor spread so much like wildfire if we can't even figure out if it's true or not?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Very much so. It's just I don't know. I miss the old days. I really do. But I guess that's why, again, that's why people say make the most of life. Make the most of the time you have, because it's not going to last, and you don't know when it will come to an end.
Exactly. And then like this whole conversation started with like retro and gaming and all that. Can I just say the biggest thing that bothers me about like retro gaming is we no longer get game manuals in our cases when we buy a physical game, but it
Yep.
still has the clamps in the case.
That was so annoying.
Like I just bought Tears of the Kingdom yesterday, and I opened it up and I seen the little clamp because I just wanted to make sure the game was in there because my Walmart had it on clearance because it
Yeah.
looked open, and I was like, well, I don't want to like walk out of the building before checking, so I like barely snapped it open at the top, and I seen the clamps, and it made me excited. And then I opened it and I was like, oh wait, nope. Turns out that's just a thing Nintendo's doing now.
I mean,
They
a
give
lot of
us a
companies are
case,
doing it.
but like Nintendo had never really given us cases besides in like 3DS games and like DS games. But
Yeah.
did those ever have game manuals?
Not. I don't know. I don't know. I think some of them did, but not all of them.
Yeah, so like why even have the clamps in there?
I remember when some of the DS cases would also have a slot for you to put a Game Boy game.
Yes, I miss that so much.
I just man, it's just I remember also with that, like, you could also have like Nickelodeon put game like their shows on Game Boy cartridges, so you could watch Codename Kids Next Door on your DS
Oh man,
or Game
that's
Boy.
what I used my PSP more as a movie watching device than I played games on it.
Really?
Because you know, like the UMD disc that they would put movies on them, and I watched National Treasure 2 so many times, my disc burnt out on my PSP.
Oh, really?
I loved that movie so I have no idea why. It's such an odd movie to be that obsessed with. But
I remember there were two movies me and my brother repeatedly watched, so, to the point where my mom got sick of them. And that's when we were kids, we rewatched the hell out of Rio.
oh, it's a
And
good movie though.
it is a good movie, but like my mom hearing like Hot Wings, I Want to Party for like the 20th time annoyed her to hell. It's like, I want to party. I want a samba. I want to party and live my life. It's a good song. It's a good movie. Also sad that the blue macaw has gone extinct now.
Oh, very much so.
It sucks. But yeah, in another movie that we previously watched was a movie called Legends of Gahul, which is the like owls. It's an owl movie.
I wasn't that based off of a book series, or am I
Yeah.
mistaken? Okay, so
I got far
had
into
read,
that book series, but I don't remember what I never finished it.
I read the first book, and I just never watched the movie, and I have no memory at all about anything other than their owls.
Yeah. I think main reason I always remember it exists is because the fact that Owl City made a song for it that honestly is really good called To the Sky. It's it's super catchy.
I didn't know that they still performed. That was like a weird thing for me to figure out the other day, is that Owl City is like still an active thing.
Well, yeah, they're very active. I don't think the actor's that old.
Well, because like I'm very basic. All I know of them is like Firefly or Fireflies, whatever that song is.
The very
And that came on the radio like a couple weeks ago, and they were like talking about them doing new music. I was like, what? That's a thing still? I was like, I thought they made this one song and that was it.
Oh man. You know, I mean, my dad hates Owl City because he thinks their songs just are nonsense. He like doesn't understand the lyrics.
Kind of feel.
I mean, I'll understand that sometimes you just don't have to understand the lyrics. Just enjoy the song.
Yeah.
I mean, why do you think that a lot of people like even myself included enjoy listening to anime music even though we don't understand it, because some of that music is awesome.
Like, I enjoy the Spy X Family outro comedy so much.
It's so
and I have
good.
no idea what it's about. I just enjoy the flow and the vibe.
Dude, some intros and outros in anime are just so good. Like the new Demon Slayer intro, I think might be my favorite intro for Demon Slayer ever. I think that Ranking of Kings had some really good openings and endings. And then of course Naruto. I mean, look at Naruto. Some of the very famous ones. You got "We are fighting dreamers, da 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 da, fighting dreamers." So like, you know, Go, very famous. You got a lot of those. Or the Naruto Shippuden has a lot of famous ones. Like, I mean, you got Silhouette, the da da da, like I can't sing in Japanese, but it's like it's just, there's a lot of iconic Japanese songs that I really like.
Well, and then like they even like the ones that they dub over for English, or they create whole new ones in English. Some of them
just Pokemon.
Yes.
Like, that I wanna be the very best, like no one ever was. Dun 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 dun. To catch them is my real test. To train them is my cause. Just
Pokemon.
It's so catchy, and that one even was so catchy that other countries started using that as the intro, but their own versions in their own languages, because it was super catchy. And you know, I don't think that was the original opening for it. I'm pretty sure the Japanese had its own opening, but I wouldn't know.
Yeah, they did. They had like it's like a weird, it's like a much slower pace intro. It's not near as fun and poppy.
Yeah, no, like if you look at like a lot of the like ones they made for Pokemon were good. Like Black and White, you know, it's always hard when the journey begins, hard to find your way, hard to make amends, or hard to make new friends. Yeah,
I enjoyed Journey's intro really well. I think they did a really good job with that one.
I haven't even watched Journey, so I wouldn't know.
Oh, it's really good, and I think they've stuck with it. Like, they had Journeys, and they had like Master Journeys. Now it's like Ultimate Journeys, and I'm pretty sure they've kept the same exact intro.
I mean, that's one of the things. Like, there's one anime I think that just has the best, like, an intro that it just, like, I was glad that season 2 just used the same exact intro, and that's Log Horizon, because it has the opening song Database. And it just, like, it really fits the whole song, the whole series, just goes, database, database. It's, like, this really catchy tune.
See, I think that's, like, one of the best things that not to insult anybody, alright? But, like, that cartoons in general, like, whether it's anime or, like, American-based cartoons, they almost always do their best to bring, like, a banging intro.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Oh man, it's cartoons used to bring banging intros, and now they don't. But we used, like, we like even the ones that didn't have vocals were good, like Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends. That intro
Yes.
pretty good. Then the ones that actually do, like I think Cartoon Network has some of the best. You know, there's the original Ben 10, the intro, like it's like I don't know, it's like he was just a kid. I don't.
And the watch upon itself and did it to his wrist and did what it did.
Yeah, he's Ben
I
10. And then you also got one of my favorites, which is Code Lyoko.
Oh yes.
It's just like it's just so catchy. It's
Or like Teen Titans.
oh yeah, TEENTIT and was it
TEEN Teen Titans.
Let's go. And it goes, and it's like, when there's trouble, you know who to call.
Like they all have such memorable ones. Like you said, even if you didn't hear the lyrics, or if there weren't lyrics, if you just heard the music, you could probably identify what cartoon it came from.
Oh my god, I also just recently heard the new intro they've made for like, they've been ruining the intro season after season for Total Drama Island. At first, they were the first one, so good. But as the seasons went on, they apparently kept shortening it, and now they made a new one. And now it's like the lyric is like this really dumb lyric now where it's like, you don't know who I am, and I'm here to slay, or something like that. It's so it's so bad. But the original is so much better. It's like, Mom and Dad, I'm doing fine. You guys are on my mind. You asked me what I wanted to be, and now I think the answer's plain to see. I wanna be famous. I wanna live close to the sun. So pack your bags, 'cause I've already won. Nothing to do, nothing in my way. I'll get there one day. 'Cause I wanna be famous.
See, and I miss
just so catchy.
And see, I miss like that style of animation here, like in our American cartoons, because like I feel like that was like when we were trying our best to give like a more anime style to it while still keeping it like a Western cartoony. Because like you had Total Drama Island. You had if you remember like 16, the show about like the 6 teenagers that worked in a mall.
Was that wait, wasn't there a zombie apocalypse in that show?
I don't remember if there was, but I really hope so.
See, hold on. 16 Cartoon Network. Hold on. Yeah, 16. Is this a show that I'm thinking it is? I think there's I think there's an episode of this show where there's a zombie apocalypse. Actually, wait, there's only 4 episodes ever aired of this show? Oh no, never mind. There are 4 seasons. I was
like, holy crap! I remember so much information for there to be 4 episodes.
There's originally titled The Mall. Yeah, I remember this. And originally, I remember there being, I think that this show was the one where there was a zombie apocalypse that happened. That's all I remember. I didn't know this show had more seasons.
Dead Rising crossover with 16, because Dead Rising isn't that the zombie game in the mall?
Yeah.
That's what I need now is Dead Rising meet 16.
Oh man, dude, I frickin' I miss being a kid and having less responsibilities and just enjoying shows.
Because like you had that, and then like Winx Club, the show Witches, like they all used like a similar art style, and now we literally get nothing but like I would say the art style that is used
now
for,
they want to ruin shows. They want to make them edgy. Look at goddamn Velma, dude.
Oh,
I grew up on Scooby-Doo, and you want to know what? Scooby-Doo was a great series. I will still stand by that. And there was some great, like, there's original where it goes like it's what's new Scooby-Doo? It's like no, actually, that's the second one, but it's my favorite. Yeah. It's the My Simple Plan. It's the what's the Scooby Doo? We're coming after you. We're gonna solve that mystery. What's the Scooby Doo? What's the Scooby Doo?
Once they took out the intro being a zoom in to a haunted mansion with bats flying at you, that's when it started its decline.
Yeah, well, I mean, even I still think that the Mystery Inc. show was pretty decent.
Oh, so I hyper fixated on that show for so long. Even when I would go to the gym, I would bring earbuds and I would watch that while I was on the machines.
Oh my
I
gosh, wow.
don't know why, but I like hyper fixated so bad specifically on that show, and then it like spread into I went and I bought like 6 DVDs of Scooby Doo. I I sat down and it was like the only thing I would watch for so long.
Oh my god.
Nubia was getting so tired of me.
The shows on Scooby Doo had some really good movies. Like the Scooby Doo Cyber Chase, good. Scooby Doo and the Witch's Curse or whatever, good. Like because it just is the freaking hex girls with the I'm
Yeah,
gonna put a spell on you. Or I'm gonna cast a spell
yeah.
on you. That one, freaking, we got the Legend of the Vampire, which also brought back the Hex Girls. We got freaking the Loch Ness Monster, which is my personal favorite Scooby Doo movie ever.
See, mine is Invasion, the Alien Invasion one.
That one, the
That
one where Shaggy gets like a girlfriend,
yeah, and Scooby gets a
alien
yellow
doll
lab.
girlfriend. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, I remember that one. That one's really good too. And it's like there's real aliens, and then there's the people pretending to be aliens.
and then Zombie Island was such a good one.
Everyone loves Zombie Island. Zombie Island's such a good one. Also, just remember that one exists. Isn't there one where, yeah, there's one where Scooby and Shaggy and the gang all go to Egypt, and they end up going in the pyramids, and then Shaggy it's like prophesized to be like
Yep.
whatever, and he gets like I remember that one. I think I remember that one a lot because there was a game made after that one.
And then it turns out that Velma was actually the monster in disguise in that one.
Oh yeah, that
She was
too.
pretending to be the Pharaohess to keep everyone away. Oh, spoilers! Sorry,
Spoilers for a movie. How old? Oh my god. I remember there's also a Japanese Scooby-Doo movie.
What?
Scooby-Doo Japanese movie. What is it? Like it took place. Is it Scooby-Doo and the Samurai Sword? Is this it? I think this might be it because there's
Am I missing out?
this one's from 2012. It was the last direct-to-video Scooby-Doo film to use the bright animation style keen to the What's New Scooby-Doo TV series, make it the last What's New Scooby-Doo related production.
Oh, okay. Okay, so I thought you were meaning Iron Man has a TV show that was actually made in Japan and it was an anime. I thought you were meaning
No.
they did
It's
that
like
with
Scooby-Doo goes to Japan. They go to Japan. The story took place in Japan.
I was about to flip. I was like, did I miss something in my research? Is there a Scooby-Doo anime like they did with Powerpuff Girls? What am I missing?
I don't know if I could pick a favorite Cartoon Network movie because there's so many good ones. Because we got the Ben 10 movies, we got the Ben 10 Generator Rex crossover, we got the freaking we have the Codenames Kids Next Door movie.
Oh yes, I always forget if that was a movie or a 2-part episode.
It was
where,
a movie.
Where you find out his dad was number 0.
It was a movie, although they did come in 2 parts, but I could be wrong. Dude, it was so good. That movie, so good. One of the best movies on Cartoon Network. And then also, frickin' we have other movies that were really, really good too. I'm trying to remember, because of course we have the Scooby-Doo movies, but the Teen Titans movie. God.
Oh yes, the Tokyo.
Yep. That
with,
one, so good. Like where Robin and Starfire finally kiss. God, man, I miss old cartoons.
Very much so. That was one of my favorite things about like HBO Max is because they brought not all of them, but like a huge selection of the old Cartoon Network shows to it. But now that HBO got bought out again by another company, they're dispersing everything.
Oh my god, yeah.
Big sad.
Oh man, definitely. I will say though, I think that I might need to start winding down stream so I can get ready for work.
Alrighty, that's fine.
But
sorry to keep.
No problem. I apologize for the late waking up late. This has been fun though. I enjoyed our conversation. I definitely want to chat with you more in the future. Maybe I'll invite both you and Newbie and some other third guest on, and we can all have a conversation. That could be
Yeah,
fun.
that sounds totally fun.
But yeah, thank you everyone so much for watching. Be sure to check out Alpaca in his socials in the description. Go follow him. He's awesome, really cool guy. And yeah, again, thank you all so much for watching, and hopefully I'll see you guys next time. Peace.